Yo, what's up guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we are reacting to a coffee request. This is from Whiplash, and Whiplash says, Magnus Carlsen post-interview after winning Norway chess. This really shows his personality and hints of the future. Let's check this video out, and guys, we are live.
Congratulations too!
We are live right now on Twitch, so come join us and join the fun on Twitch. I know you guys watch Twitch. If you watch chess, you watch Twitch. Okay, let's check it out, guys. Let's go.
Congratulations to Magnus Carlsen, the winner of Norway Chess 2025. Magnus, there's so much that has happened today. How would you break down your classical game, and in which moments were you feeling like this tournament might be slipping out of your hands?
Yeah, I was feeling that at several points, but yeah, what could I do? I just had to fight, and it never felt hopeless. Like, I always felt that there was some counterplay, yeah, I kept fighting and managed to pull through.
What was going on in your mind throughout the final moves of the game, where you were in huge time pressure and you had to keep looking at the other game too, whether
He had the game won, though. You know, he almost won. At the end of the day, it was a draw, and Gukesh almost drawed, but he blundered at the end as well.
Gukesh has winning chances, whether to take the draw or not.
Yeah, at that point,
Let's go back to the question. I cut her midway.
On in your mind throughout the final moves of the game, where you were in huge time pressure and you had to keep looking at the other game too, whether Gukesh has winning chances, whether to take the draw or not.
Yeah, at that point, I understand, like, I missed a fairly simple win earlier, and the main thing for me was to make sure that I don't lose and make sure that Gukesh doesn't win, right? So I was looking over, and yeah, at the end I just thought, you know, I had my share of fun in the tournament, and in this game, the draw is going to almost certainly secure me the win. If somehow Gukesh manages to draw, well, then I guess I'll have to win the Armageddon. But at that point, I was, yeah,
Guys,
I just kind of had.
This is the first time I'm watching a chess championship. So, what is an Armageddon? I'm sorry for asking that. That might be like as offensive as asking Carlsen, what does the knight do? How does the knight move?
I don't know.
That is, I think, very understandable. It was over 50 moves of white chaos in your game. You said that you missed a win. Can you show us the moment where you realized that no, Christian, do we have the board? We don't want to look at the board. I just thought it was so pretty. The two knights and the rook trying to create a checkmate pattern. Did you notice anything that you thought you missed there?
No, I didn't. The weird thing is that
Armageddon is the battle for a half extra point after a draw. So, but how does it work? You win a half extra point, but how? With less time and more hectic. Okay, so do you play speed chess? You play another match? Is that it?
Like, he showed me, I asked him if I had any simple win, and he showed it to me. And the thing is, it is actually a familiar pattern, and it's a beautiful, kind of simple, but also really beautiful one. So that would, of course, have been a very nice way to finish the tournament, but alas.
Can you tell us which moment he pointed out, Arjun?
Yeah, it was when he played Queen B5, and which is basically the only way not to resign on the spot. Well, maybe Queen A5 was possible as well, but no, yeah, he has to go to B5. But yeah, F5. This is what he showed me, and is actually a very typical theme. So, you know, that would have been a classier way to finish the tournament, but yeah. That's the way it is.
I think it was still very impressive that you won the tournament, especially after what you had to go through in the middle of
She
the
seems
tournament.
like she's
Can you please
fangirling.
tell us what it was like from your perspective, what happened against Gukesh, and how did you manage to recover?
Yeah, that game was tough, of course. There was, of course, one moment against Fabi where I could have lost, but that felt like a little bit random, and I thought in general I did a decent job defending in that game. But apart from that, things have sort of been going according to plan for more than 5.5 games. And then, of course, everything kind of comes apart. And yeah, ever since then, it was next day I was trying to recover, and to some extent, like I lost a little bit of interest in the tournament, but I've
Wow.
I wanted to still try.
This is a perfectionist. When something doesn't go as perfectly as you want it to go, a perfectionist will just want to restart from scratch, or he'll just be like, nah, I don't want to do it anymore. Like, he just, because it's so disappointing, because you had a good streak, it was all going to plan, and then you're just like, what's the point? What's the point in continuing? That's basically what perfectionists do, especially in games. Like me, when I'm gaming, sometimes I'm like, I got to start from the beginning. And I used to do that with videos too. I used to want to make videos as perfect as possible. If I had one mistake, I would start from the beginning, do it all over again. Not reaction videos, because those are natural first time reactions, but videos that I talk to the camera and doesn't require editing, or even if it requires editing, I would start from the beginning, just one take.
And when Fabi sort of miraculously lost against Arjun, I thought, well, at least now I have a chance. And
Arjun miraculously lost. No, wait, Fabi miraculously lost to Arjun. Yeah, Fabi was in front. He had the lead.
And when Fabi sort of miraculously lost against Arjun, I thought, well, at least now I have a chance. And yeah, managed to pull through.
Magnus, one of the goals that you stated after that painful defeat was that you wanted this tournament, you wanted to show that you can dominate, and you're still by far the best chess player on the planet. You still won the event. What is next for Magnus?
I don't know. I think that overall I was definitely...
I have just noticed something. Guys, doesn't he have the same jaw? Just look at this. Doesn't he have the same jaw pattern, jawline, jaw structure as Kim Larson? Or am I tripping? I'm looking at Carlsen here and I'm thinking meet Omnaten.
Overall, I was definitely a deserving winner still, and even though certain games could have gone either way, like +2 as a classical score is probably on the lower side of what I could expect from the positions that I had, but we'll see. I don't think I'll be signing up to play every classical tournament just to prove something. It's like far too stressful for what I want to do. But it was nice to see that at least, that I'm still very good.
Have you enjoyed the process?
I'm still very good.
Days? Have you enjoyed the games?
Humble.
I kind of enjoyed today more than yesterday. Yesterday it felt like Fabi wasn't quite there, and it felt like I only won because of some random blunder where he lost patience a little bit, and but yeah, I mean, today was it was an interesting game from the start, and it was at some point pure survival mode. And
I love that he doesn't care about winning. He cares about doing his best. It's not only about winning. It's about doing his very best against the very best out there. So even though he won, I think he won against Fabi, right? He felt like, oh man, it was just because of a blunder. Could have been better. He could have been his best. See, that's interesting about Carlsen.
In that case, you know, even if I lost, like it would have sucked, but it wouldn't have been nearly as big a blow as the game against Gukesh, because it was a very realistic possibility. I just had to keep fighting.
When it comes to your preparation, I bumped into you coming back from playing golf this morning. How much does it matter to you to combine
Classy.
physical
Golf, chess.
activities and also get to switch off when it comes to a tournament that is 2 weeks long?
Yeah, for sure. You know, the days
Where are the kids in the
quite long.
background?
I think the best tournament I had in recent years in 2022, I played a lot of paddle.
I love paddle myself. I can
And
recommend
yeah,
it.
last year I sort of just gotten into golf, and I was, yeah, it's really nice to be able to get my mind off chess for sure, because yeah, on certain days, like if you have from 9 till 5 to think about the game, that's a lot of time.
There's certainly a lot of time. I'm not sure how much you have been on social media recently, especially after your game against Gukesh. Did you see yourself being shared by football clubs like Paris Saint-Germain referring to your
PSG, really?
moment against Gukesh and that emotional reaction? Have you seen how the world has been picking up on that clip and it went viral?
Yeah, of course. It's you know, it's good for chess. It's good for the tournament, and yeah, it definitely wasn't my finest hour. But like I regret the moves that I made more than the gesture, because that kind of happened in the moment, and it was just a
Basically, he's saying, I don't regret the disappointment. I regret the reason I got disappointed. The moves that led to that moment. I don't regret hitting the table. I regret what made me hit the table, which was him not performing his best.
was a fun. What can I say? But yeah, the history will still at
passion.
least show that I won the tournament. So.
Of
Even
course.
if people may not care about that.
And that moment goes to show how much you care about the game of chess, because you were very invested in the game. You were winning in that game against Gukesh. So the reaction, of course, is very understandable. And the respect that you showed it right after toward Gukesh, saying good game and patting him on the back, I think that goes to show
Gukesh was
no
scared.
matter how frustrated you were with the outcome of the game and being upset with yourself, you respect your opponent and you respect the game of chess. And that is the
nervous.
sign of a true champion, who even in an emotional moment like that can show that respect toward the opponent and toward the game. I think what everyone was saying, that we need to encourage players to be more emotional, to have those reactions, because it's good for the game of chess. So thank you, Magnus. I think we all appreciate it.
Well,
She basically just said, guys, clip farm because it's good. Just clip farm, just start hitting tables.
again, people have got to realize that in those moments, yeah, when I have these emotional reactions, like the only person that I'm upset at is myself, and yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting out. And like my reaction didn't really, like, it didn't stop there. Like I was so kind of out of it that I had to like jump out of the car on the way back and just like
What?
take like several minutes just to compose myself. Like it was, yeah, it was very, very, very emotional for sure. But you know, that's honestly just the pain of chess, especially classical.
Without dwelling on the past, now looking towards the future, it felt almost this tournament like a clash of generations as well. It seems like the old school is still in place. How are you seeing the next few years develop between the new generation that's coming up, and you guys that
Very
are holding the
strong.
fort.
You know, I credit chess.com for making a lot of new players become interested. Obviously, Magnus and the streaming community. You know, Hikaru, for example, Gotham Chess. Those channels are really making chess more popular nowadays. And chess.com is like just an easy website where you can go and play chess. And I guess it's making a lot of people better, much better. And the new generation of chess players, they have shown that they are ready. They are ready. And especially AI. You know, if you play against AI, you learn a lot also. It's really interesting.
I think the kids are on track, but they're not like way ahead of schedule. Looking at Gukesh play, I feel it's quite similar to what I was doing like in 2008, 2009 when I was breaking through. It wasn't always
Did he just little boy Gukesh? He's like, yeah, what he was doing, I was doing like 10, 20 years ago. Did he just do that? Wow.
so it wasn't always so pretty, but there was this tournament, for instance, Linares 2008.
He's like, I'm years ahead.
Vishy was cruising to +3 in first place, and I was just like playing crazy games here every which way, and honestly getting more out of the positions than kind of my pure chess skill suggested. And I think that is kind of what is typical of what kids do. Yeah, you can see in certain games that in parts of the game, Gukesh and Arjun are far behind, you know, myself, Fabian, and Hikaru, but we're also like, we're the very best players in the world. They're not supposed to be our equals in every part of the game. And the fact that Gukesh can actually fight for tournament victory, despite having so many bad positions, like he will.
Is this a compliment, or I feel like it's kind of like a backhanded compliment? He's like, you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing. You're doing it, but you know, you're not at the same level as we are. But you're doing it. So it feels like a compliment, but at the same time it feels like offensive. Like you still have a lot to learn, which is funny, man. Carlsen has such a great personality. And I know that he doesn't mean any offense. He's being very respectful, but he's just stating the fact. You know, it's a very Norwegian thing to do. Be very true, dry, and straight to the point. Very factual. These are the facts, you know. Like, you're not supposed to be at this level. We're the best in the world. You're going to get there at some point, but props to you for being, you know, fighting for the tournament. You could have won. It's very funny to see, but at the same time, you know, it's very honest and sincere.
Will probably not be happy with it himself, but it is encouraging. And
Hi,
I think
Subnark.
very, you know, it's typical. That's what kids do.
Part of the process. Thank you very much, Magnus.
You got the opening advantage a hell of.
So is Gukesh not in his prime? Is he still a young player? Is he still an upcoming player? Like, how old is Gukesh, and when do chess players hit their prime?
A lot in this tournament by playing golf. Do you think just your opponents are much more ambitious nowadays? Do they come at you?
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of random. Of course, in the game against Gukesh, I played kind of so poorly in the opening that he kind of had to be ambitious, and in the other games like Wei Yi, well, I should have been nothing, but I kind of managed to get something there. Then Fabi also should have been nothing. I don't know. I think it's a bit random. But yeah, there have been tournaments where I feel like I don't ever get a game, and of course, getting a game here for, I mean, in the 4 white games that I actually tried to win, that's very unusual.
You said throughout the tournament that your will for classical chess might be in question, whether you will compete at classical chess. Is it something that you will consider after the tournament? Do you think?
Dude, why? Why is there so much background noise? There are kids, there are things dropping, there are people talking in the background. Why? Why? Especially in a chess tournament. I hope, they don't make that much noise while they're actually playing chess. But honestly, like, there's so much background noise.
That you will be reflecting on this tournament after a few days? Any plans on your future tournaments, whether it's freestyle, whether it's the esports World Cup? Where can people see you competing, Magnus?
What is freestyle chess? Do they start spitting some bars while they make a move? Is it like chess boxing? I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah, I will be taking a little bit of a break now.
Well deserved.
Go on a honeymoon, actually, which is kind of
Congratulations!
He got married?
kind of wild thing to do. But after that, I will be playing in Zagreb. I will be playing in Vegas, and I will be playing the esports World Cup as well. So I got a lot on my plate coming up. As for classical, it was a bit of a mixed bag in this tournament. Like, I didn't, as well, I've talked about probably to.
He has a baby on its way? Wow. Can you imagine baby Carlsen? I hope that kid is a genius.
The annoyance of a lot of people. Like, I don't generally enjoy the games that much, even if I might be doing well. But it's still interesting, and I like competing. But like, by far the strongest emotion that I've had in this tournament is the pain after my loss against Gukesh. And
that really traumatized him, didn't it? That loss against Gukesh really made a number on him.
Winning the tournament is more a relief than anything else. So I don't think I will be playing. I will be playing a lot, but I'm also like not guaranteeing that I'm never playing a classical tournament again. Like, I might be coming back here next year. Like, I cannot say that for sure. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag, but at the very least, it's nice to see that I can play, and it's nice to see that at least in parts of the game I am still quite a lot better than the guys who are trying to sort of take over.
Very humble, but
We
truthful.
most certainly think so. Magnus Carlsen, the GOAT. We have had this discussion. Who is the GOAT? He's the winner of Norway Chess 2025. Magnus, you have won for the 7th time, and we hope that you will be back next year to win 8 times, a record-breaking championship trophies. I don't even know where you put so many medals and trophies, but congratulations on the win, and enjoy your honeymoon. It's much deserved.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Man, Magnus is so cool. He's very chill about it. He's very open, very honest, very truthful, and very, very dry. Like, just facts, just pure facts. That was really nice. Also, is the classical his Achilles heel, or what? Is he better in other? Is he better in speed chess, blitz, freestyle? Like, what is it with classical? He says it's very stressful for him, right? And he might not play it. So I wonder what. So let me know in the comments if you have more information. That was Magnus Carlsen, the champion of Norway Chess 2025. Why is it in Norway, by the way? Is it because of him, or has it always been in Norway? With that said, guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Thank you, Whiplash. Guys, if you want to request a video, catch me live on Twitch, send me some suggestions, or you can skip the queue and go over to Buy Me Coffee, request a video just like Whiplash did. Click over here to see my sports playlist. Take care. Bye-bye.